Good evening, everyone, and welcome back to the Going for Three podcast. This is episode 37, as always. My name is Percy, and with me, we have the AOB, Advocate of Buckets, Chris Collins. How we feeling?
Fantastic, man. It's a great day. My Lakers got a dub. We're on a winning streak. Couldn't be any better. Who needs LeBron? Not us.
I say, hey, Schroeder had a little turn back the clock moment. Looked like the Hog days. Or was it the Thunder?
Hey, man.
When he was putting up 30.
Glad to see it.
Yeah.
Glad to see it.
Yeah. And in a world of buckets, I mean, honestly, like on an overall wild day of NBA basketball as a whole, we had a few outliers. Well, one was more recent, but one was also just like both historically just incredible. But we get it started with that guy, that man in Cleveland, the Spider, Donovan Mitchell, 71-point performance against the Bulls. 71 points, 11 assists. Just a crazy game overall for Mr. Mitchell.
Yeah, no, it was definitely wild, all-time great performance. It's crazy to think about that. He hasn't even been there for a full season, and he now has the all-time scoring record for the Cavs. So when you look it up, it's not going to be LeBron, it's not going to be Kyrie, it's going to be Donovan Mitchell.
Yeah. He was also 1 point short, I think, of Wilt as well. I think it was like combined, or not even Wilt. It was somebody else who had like a combined 100. It might have been Wilt. Who knows? But he was like 99 points cumulative with the 71 from the 11 assists that he had. So made history on all fronts.
You're talking about like points responsible for.
Yeah, points responsible for. Yeah.
Yeah. Respectfully, I'm not. It's that matters, but yeah,
not too crazy.
I mean, it's 70. I'm not really gonna pay too much attention to like the points responsible, but it's 71. It's there, 71. Very important. Yeah. But yeah, I mean, as far as just the performance itself, I mean, he had a good first half. Second half comes, he goes into attack mode. I mean, they're down, and he's just relentless, man. I mean, he's playing like we know he can as far as the style. Like we know that's his play style. I mean, he got to the free throw line. He took 25 free throws. I mean, it's a lot.
Yeah.
Shot 7 for 15 from 3. And there's really just nothing that they could do with him. I mean, just a historical night. I'm sure the rim looked like an ocean because damn near everything was just going in. Even to the point, like, toward the end of the game, I felt like it was probably, like, solidified as far as in overtime. But, like, he was still looking for a shot, which, I mean, shit, why not? You get into the upper 60s. It's getting special.
You might as well stamp it.
Exactly. It's getting to special territory, so you might as well keep throwing shots up. Fuck it. Respectfully to the Bulls, it shouldn't even got to overtime because they should just box them out.
Yeah.
But when he got that put back to send it to overtime, but I mean, he was just having that kind of night. So I mean, it made sense. Great all-time performance, like I said. I mean, this just kind of lets me know what I knew already, is that Donovan Mitchell is, like you say, he's that guy. He's a number one option on a championship team. And now he's on a better team than the Jazz.
Yeah. Especially with them being shorthanded that night as well. Like, they didn't even have Garland. Like, I didn't realize that until after the picture, like, with the celebration. Like, Garland was shorthanded. So, Garland was out.
They didn't have Garland or Mobley.
That was that was an all-around woeful performance. And then it always amazes me, like, for how short he is, that he always almost manages to, like, to see him getting 8 rebounds at 6'1". Like, I know he has a really long wingspan, but it's just crazy to think of. Like, he's really getting up there.
Yeah, definitely undersized, plays a lot bigger. Kind of, I mean, I feel like that's why people had like the kind of the Dwayne Wade comparisons almost. Plays way bigger than his size. Just strong out there.
Yeah, but they're very much like if he sees an opening, he's gonna take it every single time. And now that I think about it, does 71 like pass like his career high for the Jazz as well?
Oh yeah, this is the 71 is his career high. That's come
Yeah.
on now.
Yeah, I mean, I mean, for the Jazz, he probably had like some. I think he only had like some 50-point games for the Jazz, maybe
I
60.
mean, it's only two people alive that have a 70-point game in NBA history. Everybody else is either passed away, rest in peace, or name is Devin Booker or Donovan Mitchell. Like that's it.
Yeah.
I mean, it's the highest scoring total since um since 2006 because he had more points than Devin Booker. So I mean, the top
Yeah.
10 scoring list is most of the games are from 60s, 90s. I mean, obviously Wilton there a whole lot.
Yeah.
And then you got some guys. I mean, David Robinson's in there, Elgin Baylor, David Thompson. These are older generation players. And then you got the Bean with 81 in 2006, which is just insane.
Incredible game.
It gets even crazier. It gets even crazier watching Donovan Mitchell play and emphasize the three. Although I'm sure they probably made close to the same amount just because he took 15, made 7. I don't know how many threes Kobe took, but a less faster paced game, less spacing, less threes taken, and the game didn't go to overtime.
He just got it all out the mud in regulation.
Like, that's it. If there's nothing else that really paints the picture for you, I know we talk about Donovan, but now I got to move on to the Bean for a little bit. If there's nothing else that paints the picture for you, it's got to be that. As good as Donovan was, he still was damn near 10 points short of Kobe, and it didn't even go to OT.
Man.
Or it was a slower, way, way slower pace NBA. Granted, they did score 122, I think, total, but that's still crazy, man. That's one of a kind. That's real special.
Yeah, just an insane stat line. But also one that I mean, although it was around prior to like that New Year's stage, that New Year's stage, we didn't really get to talk about it. Mr. Luka Doncic, once again, I ain't gonna lie, like around that last stretch of December to like kind of the beginning of January has been a very, very impressive stretch for basketball. Now that I'm reflecting on it at this point, but
No, it's been a bunch of really, really performances. I mean, yeah, we can kind of touch on those a little bit later, but yeah, it's been a lot of them.
Yeah, like Luka, going against the New York Knicks, had the first ever 60, 20, and 10 triple double in NBA history, which is crazy to say when you think of like 60, 20, and 10, or in the grand scheme of the stat line, 60, 21, and 10. Just an all around control of the game, like and it's in just a crazy way.
I mean, it's all time stuff, and even what separates this one from Donovan is like he didn't really take that many threes. Donovan took 15, Luka took 6 and only made 2 of them. So he was really operating in the nitty gritty, mid range, post area, just getting whatever he wanted. I mean, obviously he's getting whatever he wanted. He had 21 rebounds.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? On a team that has Mitchell Robinson and Julius Randle on the court is wild to me.
Yeah.
But nice. So, and then just to be able to get to the points that he got to when the team was down, like they were down, what was it, 9? points with like 27 seconds left, and to lead the team back and then score the game tying field goal
Yeah,
is really crazy. It's crazy because we talked about how he scored his points when we were comparing it to other 60-point games. But then Donovan comes back and does literally damn near the exact same thing. Like misses the free throw, able to get the rebound, and like get the shot to tie it in overtime, and then score more
yeah,
points. But I mean, 21 rebounds is
yeah.
crazy.
I thought with Lucas, you gotta have it painted though. Like that, the one off the free throw where he literally kind of leaps over Randall, or like the ball gets tipped in the air, he just catches it and turns it into a runner. Like that's just one of the things you have to frame, because not only was it crazy that he like recovered the ball entirely, but just like you said, like the comeback with such little time left just makes it like that much better. Because people try to hold it over their head when it's like you have like the miraculous game, but then they be like, all right, well he didn't get the dub though, but like he had a historical game with the W. Like it's crazy.
In fact, him and Donovan. That's unfortunately for the other guys on that 70-point or high 60-point list is Devin Booker. He didn't get the win,
Oh, yeah,
unfortunately.
that's how this game was very dark. But points were scored, but it was
But
overall that was a dark night.
Luka's. I mean, I don't know. With these, it's just like these games, Luka and Donovan. To me, it just puts them in a different type of air. I don't know. It's kind of hard to explain. It's to see like the ceiling of what happens when everything clicks for them. To know that this could be the outcome. I mean, it's crazy. It's real special. Definitely
Yeah,
real special. The Knicks were. I mean, the Mavericks were at full power. I'm pretty sure, and still needed that 60 to win. So that's kind of alarming. Well, I guess they didn't have Dorian Finney-Smith or Maxi Kleber, but I mean, still had Wood, Dinwiddie and Hardaway out there, and for him to need 60 to win might be alarming, moving forward. But you just gotta appreciate
yeah,
it. Can't really worry about that when it's happening. But interesting little thing to think about.
yeah. But I mean, yeah, like I said, like historically, it's always one of those moments where like some people had, like for those that lived in Wilt's era, seeing him like do 100 points and fully dominate a sport, it's like it's something that you can't really take away from people. And even like for people that was in Kobe's era and saw the 81, so a lot of things you can't take away from people. At least in my case, this is one of those stretches. Even like I think at one point, like even just to reverberate, I think that same day as Mitchell. I mean, like I think Clay had 54. Uh, Braun had Braun had 43 and 11. Like that, those are moments that overall, like you tell your kids about. like, like the days you just remember, like, hey, people were balling January 2nd.
No facts.
So
And it's even kind of touch
yeah,
how you were talking about like across the league. It's like Joel had a 50-point game, Brian had a 40-point game. Shit, it's been Julius Randle had a 40-point game. I want to say it's been a lot of great performance. Zion had a 40-point game. Yeah, it's been some crazy stuff.
yeah. And
Uh,
even Jokic, I think with the I think he had like multiple 40-point triple doubles in a month or last
yeah,
month, I believe. Yeah,
Giannis had two 40 and 20 back-to-back games. It's ridiculous.
just got this duff.
Nah. And shit, LeBron had two 40-point games. Actually, one against the Hawks and one against the Hornets. Just a lot of high. Jordan Poole had a 40-point game. It's just a lot of high-level basketball being played. Oh,
Yeah,
high-level offensive basketball. Paul George had 45. Yeah, it's wild.
yeah.
Luka had 51 a few days later.
Went right back at it, 51.
Man, 110 points in 2 games is real wild.
I'm surprised they haven't
Huh.
had the metric for
That's,
that either. Like the most combined
man,
points over a stretch of like 4 games.
oh, it'd be tough. It'd either be him, Wilt, or Kobe. I know Kobe had a stretch where he had, well, because the game before Kobe had 80, he had 60 in 3 quarters. So
Hmm.
actually, Kobe probably wins. Kobe, yeah. The game before Kobe had 81, he had like 63, I'm pretty sure, versus the Mavericks, and it was only in 3 quarters. Oh, that's just that. That's a different type of tear, man. It really is. People, oh man, it's just the comprehension is just not there with people, man. You got to understand. Scoring 63 in 2006 in a
Yeah.
slower,
That's when the defense was still
more,
crazy.
yeah, like a slower, more detailed, defense oriented offense. Where like there is no like run and gun, run up free shots. Like your shots are in the half court, are difficult.
Every shot
And
had to have a purpose.
yeah, yes, bro. It's really crazy. It is. Some of the score, like when you look back at some of like the scoring runs, it's like a whole list of them that he had went on for like those early 2000 years, where it's like 10 straight 45-point games, or like the 63, 81, and then it's like another 40 or 50-point game after that. It's really some crazy stuff, man.
Uh, most definitely.
But yeah, Luka, Donnie's that guy, and Luka's that guy. But
Man. Hmm. But now that I think about it, more or less going back to the players that are probably not as similar, but very much could be like seen as emphatic in the world of basketball, similar to Mr. Luka Doncic. I kind of thought of something that would be a little interesting, in honor of Luka's tear, because he had a very strong case, even for like, depending on who you ask, like even MVP. Just more or less like top three foreign, what your top three favorite foreign players, and just kind of like you see, like like who stands out, who jumps out the most to you.
now, when we talk about this, I want to class. I want to get a specification. We're talking about favorite, not best, right?
Yeah, like who you appreciated the most.
Okay, because I feel like best is really. I mean,
Yeah, it's like
in my
best you got like at least five options. I feel like for best.
top two are irrefutable.
Yeah,
I mean, if I ask them the top two best international players of all time are, and they don't say these names, I'm probably just not gonna like listen.
yeah,
And I don't want to say them now because I don't want to, like, if you have one of these like also happen to be your favorite, but I'll
yeah,
say them.
yeah.
But I mean, if people who I'm talking about, as far as if we follow hoop, now the third option that can definitely be up, but like those top two, the guys in the top two have to be there. Now, if you want to have them at third over and replace them with somebody else, I'm gonna just move on because I'm speaking in like in like pronouns. I'm not saying like real confusing, but like I know what I'm trying to say,
Yeah,
and everybody know what I'm trying to say too. That's all I'm saying.
yeah. If you know, you know, type thing.
There it is. What's understood doesn't need to be explained. There it is. But take it first, like that.
All right, let me go first.
Oh, I can go first if you want me to. It don't really matter to me.
I can knock this out real quick. It'd probably be a little jogger.
Yeah, I know you finna pick some. You finna throw out some real, 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 real. hoop knowledge guy. You finna fuck around and say Detlef. Detlef.
Yeah, I go. I bet I didn't think about
He
that.
was nice.
Yeah, he was
He was
cool.
nice.
I'm just about, like, like number one, like Luke Heron, goat for the like. I'm just gonna pull out an Irish guy.
Fucking Vlade Divac. Okay.
the but I'm like, I feel like at least two of these I've talked about a lot. Like I don't know if like it's much on pod, but off pod I've talked about these guys a lot. And then the last one is like it's consensus. Like depending on who you ask.
Real quick. I also want to specify. At least for me, I won't be picking like any places that are like American colonies or anything like that.
Yeah.
So like that would like Tim Duncan, like Karl Anthony Towns, like all of them won't be like considered for me.
Oh, but it's like Bahamas, right?
Yeah, I know Carl is from the D. Well, I guess that's not an American. Because Dominican Republic is apparent. Well, that's what they say. But Carl be on FIBA teams. I don't count either. Fuck that. But
yeah,
I was thinking
depends.
more with Tim. I think Tim was born in. Is it? Actually, let me make sure. I don't want to say something incorrect.
Yeah,
he's born in the Virgin Islands, so yeah, that's an American territory. So yeah, to me, he doesn't necessarily count as an international player. I know for some people he will. For me personally, I'm not going to include him because I mean, if that was the case, he would be one of those one or two.
Yeah, it's kind of like if someone had. It's kind of like that's not like they're like in the same bracket, but like I think DeAndre Ayton was born in like the Bahamas. Well, he's actually born in the Bahamas. Like I thought Tim was too, but that's different. But like he's actually born in the Bahamas. But if he wanted to play for Team USA, like it would still be like. It would still be acceptable. Like it wouldn't be a differing between like okay, like you have to play for a specific team, like how Embiid was, where like he'd have to play for Cameroon, if that makes sense.
All right.
At one point he had to play for Cameroon. But all right, well, let's get started. Well, for one, this is probably this is already one of my favorite players. But as far as just in this criteria, I got Peja Stojakovic.
Okay.
Serbian sharpshooter. In the case of, I feel like, at least, because I talked to my pops about basketball a lot. He doesn't like this guy. And it don't really sit right with me. Cause I mean, he talks about the clutch gene, from when they was on the Kings, and there's like a lot of other things went into factor for that. But overall, as far as just his play style, like he was hard to prepare for because I think he was like 6'8", 6'9", pretty stocky. Had a nice form, but then also at times when he had to, could put the ball on the floor, get you a leg, get you a little dunk. Had a little bit of sneaky athleticism to him. But then also just the fact that he was on a really good Kings team or helped revolutionize the Sacramento City at that time with Bibby, Weber, Doug Christie, Divac, them guys was hooping. And probably one of those one of the influential foreign stretch. I guess you can kind of call him a stretch because he played power forward every once in a while, power forward, small forward. But just another guy that adds onto the lineage of international stretch bigs that just really, even the 3-point contest. He ran the 3-point contest at one point, I believe, in the 2000s as well. He was cooking.
Had a shot. Definitely had a shot. Finally got a ring with Dallas in 2011.
I had Taylor. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Peja for sure. For number 2, I have Drazen Petrovic. Now, obviously,
I'm not gonna lie. I absolutely,
you can sense it. You can sense it.
Knew you were gonna say him.
Yeah,
I absolutely knew.
Yeah. Hey, I go that just shows I kind of really had to go in the vault. And it's mainly just because I feel like seeing from the tragedy of the situation, our RIP, pretty much got taken in his prime. Had battles with Jordan. which I had actually watched one of those like a while ago. Like I think he had like I'd have to really like figure out what the numbers were, but yeah, he had a battle with Jordan, and then just overall like his play, I think his play was just different. Like he was really just like a pure laser. It didn't matter where you were on the court. Like he was getting it up. And then also, you
Yeah,
know,
he was a first European player to be selected to a All NBA team.
yeah, and it was just if he still had to continue, like if his career had continued, it's only imaginable that I feel like he would have been a key piece to somebody's championship run or gotten the championship at some point. Just because I feel like his skill set would have been pretty much valued for a lot of teams at that time. Because yeah, that was around the time where I think they started like really even like realizing like okay, like they had like good foreign players in the past. Like you know, you had your Dino Rajas, you had what's another one that I'm trying to think of? I feel like Georges Mersan might have been a little bit before, maybe after him. But like you started to get a lot more guys that like evolved or just like proved to like, you know, different sizes, different skill sets. But Drazen for sure was definitely like one of the real like lasers from the 3 point line for his time frame. But and then lastly we got, you know, this is if you watched ball around the 2010s, you know, you gotta add Dirk, man. Dirk Nowitzki. You gotta add Dirk. Just crazy for him to be a 7 footer with that smooth of a stroke. It's it's that in itself is exceptional. Like a 7 footer. And even in his younger years, I think I seen like a highlight of him playing against Pau Gasol, like when it was like a Spain Germany game. Like I forgot his handles was tight. Well, not like mad tight, but like you know he used to put the ball on the floor, really like get after it. But then as he got older, like the shot really started to like really start to take form. You know, you got the Patton Dirk fade with the knee up, the high arcing shot, and then obviously the most remarkable moment of him beating the big three. Like that was one of those moments that stamped him. Like he was already kind of stamped as like a stretch big all time, but then that kind of like just stamped him as like that and as even like for international players if you wanted to rank them like overall.
Yeah, no, for sure. I mean, there's footage of a young Dirk busting Scottie Pippen's ass. So
Yeah, it's like
he,
had the little fold over cut really working.
shit. Yeah, no, for sure, definitely for sure. I mean, top 20 player of all time, if you ask me. So
For sure.
that's a three. Did you say three? Yeah, you did say three.
Yeah, it's my three.
Respectfully, not mad at it, man. Great picks. I'm not gonna be as what's the word I want to use? Historical as you are. Historical is not the word, but I'm not gonna be as deep cut as you are. I'm finna pick the guys. You know, the best also just happen to be my favorite.
Respect.
We get into it real quick. Number one is number one, Hakeem Olajuwon, Nigeria.
Mm,
To me, the greatest international player of all time. Although, can't lie to you, it is definitely in danger. There's a lot of guys coming for that title. I don't know if they're going to get there, but they will definitely be trying. It's a lot of guys trying. A lot of guys
yeah.
trying. Several guys. A couple of them, well, all three of them are going to have MVPs. You know, with Nikola, Luka, and Giannis, they're all going to have MVPs. One of them already has a ring. One of them, I mean, Giannis has a Defensive Player of the Year award. Giannis is probably the most clear-cut one that's got the best chance to overtake him just because he's so elite on both sides. But the thing is with Hakeem is like, I think Hakeem is one of, if not the best defender in basketball, like all time. I think I think he could be incredibly versatile if he was put in today's game. I mean, I'm pretty sure is he not first in blocks? I want to say he's first in blocks. I think he's first in blocks.
Yeah, let me surprise. I'm about to see real quick.
And then obviously offensively, you know, You have an entire move named after you, like the Dream Shake. Uh, or,
Yeah, all-time block shots leader. Yep.
and then also, I think it's very important not to like punish anybody else that didn't do this, but I think it's important to prop up players who are able to be good immediately. Like, he was great immediately. There wasn't an adjustment period. Like he led the Rockets to the finals in his second year. Went 6 games with Larry Bird and the Dynasty Celtics.
Came in fire.
Yeah, like he was nice, bro. Like just all time elite on both sides. Could shoot the mid range. Like the skill set was there to be elite in today's game. Like a lot of times, I don't want to discredit it. I don't want to discredit the modern day big, and I don't want to discredit the older big just because that's one of those things where you have to look at. You really have to look at how they play because Hakeem definitely could translate in today's game. He wasn't like some big slog. Like he was very mobile. You know what I mean? Like just because he wasn't asked to facilitate in that type of way doesn't mean that he couldn't. You know what I mean? Like David,
Yeah.
like another example, like David Robinson would flourish 100% in today's league. Like as athletic and strong as he was, like he would be amazing. So I just want to make that clarification. But yeah, Hakeem the Dream, of course. Since you said Dirk, I'm not going to say Dirk, and that's fine. I will go with. This was a tough one. I had to pick one of them. I think I'm gonna go with Tony Parker over Manu. It's
I can see
tough,
that.
but I think I like the off foot layups over the Euro steps. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna
It's
lie.
kind of
They're
interesting. I ain't
both
gonna
nasty.
the Euros is nasty.
The Euros is nasty, but those off footed layups is just and like he has Finals MVPs. Like
Yeah.
I think why I'm going to take the off of the layups over the Euros is just because, and this isn't Manu's fault. Like he popularized the Euro step, but since then I've seen so many guys like obviously James Harden, Dwayne Wade, really kind of adapted as well, and I've seen it just a lot. Like you don't really see a bunch of guys really like doing that what Tony was doing consistently. Like that was his entire game was just like that.
Yeah.
And then just the speed. I don't know. I'm gonna go with Tony Parker. The one of the Spurs dynasty building blocks, and then thirdly, I gotta go with Giannis. Gotta go with Giannis.
The
Got to.
Greek freak.
Yeah, the Greek freak. Not to say that. Well, I mean, he definitely already probably top 5 international player of all time already, but not because of that. Just because like his style of play, like we haven't really seen somebody like him as far as like his athleticism, build, length, be able to put it together like he has, and just to watch him in the open floor, bro, it's scary. And like watching his skill develop,
Yeah.
like yeah, like he's not like shooting step back threes but even like you can see his development even with his touch around the rim and how he's able to maneuver around the rim. Like before, it was really like just a Euro, and that was really about it, and just long strides. But now, like you know, he just really refined his game. Whether it's like dribble through, gather steps, Euro spins, hop steps. He's really he just really diversified. Even his finishing around the rim, which is nice. Because I mean, obviously that was already his strong suit, but just to see like the skill that he's even still evolved to, I really appreciate it. And then yeah, we could talk about the mid range shot that he's worked on a lot.
Yeah.
And then being a two-way threat, the two-way threat that he is. I mean that ability really is the thing that like it will quickly catapult you up. Like being that good on both sides. And we look at some of the all-time great players. I mean, that's usually the recipe.
Yeah, one of the formulas to an all-time
Well,
great.
yeah, I mean, yeah. If we look at the best, in my opinion, the top two are one is one of the greatest perimeter defenders of all time, and the other, I watched guard Tony Parker and then switch on to Tim Duncan and have success on both of them, and watched him guard prime Derrick Rose and gave him fits at 6'8". So, yeah. But yeah, Giannis, the Greek freak, and I think that's my three. I do want to shout out some people though, just real quick. As much as I give Steve Nash shit, and I know I have, especially as a coach. I know I have, but he deserves respect and recognition. It's not his fault that they gave him the MVP over Shaq. It's not his fault. I get it. It's not his fault, but he was still a great player. Still amazing to watch. One of the wizards of passing that this league has seen. Great shooter, good leader.
Great transition from soccer to basketball, by the way.
Exactly. Yeah. Cardio was always there, of course.
Mm-hmm.
And then also, I want to shout out Dikembe.
Yeah.
No.
I think that guy is global, worldwide.
Yeah. I like Dikembe, so I just want to shout him out. But yeah, those are my top three.
Yeah. I also kind of forgot.
Well, my favorite.
I forgot one myself. Well, not really forgot one, but like not an honorable mention. I was thinking about it like as we talked about Steve Nash. I was like, thought of like AK-47, Andre Karolinko.
I thought about Andre, but couldn't put him over.
It's like a PG. TP.
Yeah, I couldn't put him over the Spurs or Giannis, but he was very versatile.
Yeah. Like if I didn't have Dirk, I probably would have had him because like now that I really thought about him, like as far as like just defensively, that man was a menace. a real.
I mean,
menace.
Nobody has a better nickname.
Yeah, like just hearing AK-47, it just kind of does strike a little bit of fear, and
that's a top 5 nickname of all time. It got to be. It has to be. That's fine.
It's like AK-47. It's kind of up there with like Game the Dream.
No, bro, like AK-47, the Black Mamba.
Yeah.
I
don't know why I was thinking the Big Ticket.
A lot of the early 2000s nicknames came to my mind, so I was thinking Big Ticket, The Truth, The Answer.
Yeah.
The
Glove.
Diesel. I mean, they called Michael Jordan Black Jesus. Or the Black
really
Cat.
Yeah.
Yeah, PG-13 is also really good. That's a new one.
Oh, Kawhi's nickname is pretty good. The Claw.
The Claw, yeah. The Slim Reaper is fire.
Yeah.
Although he didn't really like it, but it was cool. The Durantula was awful.
I feel that was bad. It's crazy because Durantula, I feel in a weird way, stuck around longer than the Slim Reaper.
It did, and I didn't get it. Like he's not a spider. I don't get it. Are you saying it because he's got like long limbs? I didn't get it.
I thought they were trying to play off the lankiness, I guess.
I suppose.
Yeah.
Who else? I know. Listen, this is a fantastic nickname, but he has to be good enough for it to matter. Only Franz, hear me out. Only Franz is that's fire. It's provocative. It gets the people going, man. That's a fire nickname. Only Franz? Come on. He has to be good enough for it where it can matter. He's on a great start. But he
Yeah.
before it actually matters. Because that's a fire nickname.
Yeah. That's one of the ones where I actually wouldn't be surprised if at some point in the future he actually sells merch with that on it. Like if you thought of it, there's somebody else out there that's probably thinking like, yeah, like it's just right there.
Oh, yeah, I didn't want to say I didn't come up with it though. I just want to make that clear. I did not come up with that name. I saw somebody else say it, but I took it upon myself.
Yeah.
But yeah, we got so many, also some really good ones back in the day as well. You got Iceman, it's
Oh yeah,
fire.
Irvin, the human highlight reel.
I mean, obviously Magic. The nickname was so iconic that people think that's his name.
They just call him Magic for everything.
Pistol Pete,
Yeah.
um, Chocolate Thunder, Daryl Dawkins. That's a really good one.
White Chocolate, Jason Williams.
Yeah, yeah, these are good. I done found a list now. Yep, and scroll to the top.
I forgot who was the enforcer. For some reason, I want to say Mark Eaton, but I feel like that might not have been his.
That sounds right. Ooh, Chucks was a good one too.
Oh, the round mound of
The rap. That's a good one.
That's tough.
Oh yeah, Dominique Wilkins, the human highlight film.
No
Or human
film, yeah.
highlight reel.
Yeah. I
Let's
know him as Vince.
see who. Is Vince is half man, half amazing, right?
Oh yeah, it's either half and half amazing. Have they ever called him Vinsanity, or was that just like a post reflection thing?
I don't know. Also, shame on us for forgetting uh, Dr. J.
Ah, yeah, Julius. That's like that's literally like that's goated.
That's E1. That's like
Oh yeah,
start
Clyde the Glide. We forgot about that one too.
out the glide. Air Jordan is another one, but I feel like we don't really. That's like a generational thing. I don't feel like we call Jordan Air Jordan. Just call me MJ.
I remember seeing people call him the heir apparent, but I've never heard that be used either.
We said Iceman. You said Clyde, the Big Dipper. That's Will.
Yeah.
What else we
Oh
got?
yeah, the Admiral.
Admiral's a good one. Yeah, they call Jerry West Mr. Clutch, even though you know
I forgot who was
the
Mr. Fundamentals.
the glove.
Oh yeah, Gary.
Yeah. King James. Hmm. Oh yeah, the Shaq Diesel, the French rejection. Apparently,
The
that's what they
French
call Rudy.
rejection.
That's what they call Rudy. Apparently, I didn't know.
I forgot what was the one that I heard recently for him. Maybe I thought they called him the
Shawn
French
Marion
Revolution or something.
Shawn Marion has a really good one too.
I had the Matrix.
Yes, sir. The mailman, even though we don't really support Karl Malone over here, but
Yeah,
the
nickname is still
mailman, the
solid.
ring, exactly. I think Greek Freak, Greek Freak is a really good modern day one as well.
Yeah. Oh, that's who it was. It was Tim Duncan. It was I think it was Big Fundamentals or Mr.
Yeah, the
Fundamentals.
big fun. Yeah, it's the big fundamental.
Yeah.
Big game, James.
Oh, that's
That's
what it was. The Stifle Tower. That's the one that I remembered.
who's that?
For Gobert. I remember they called him the Stifle Tower.
That's a good one. Zeke,
I had for Isaiah.
Isaiah,
I
the
didn't know Barry
beard.
Lambiers was that cool though. Like Bill Laimbeer had a fire nickname.
What's his nickname?
I think they called him like the Prince of Darkness back then.
Oh shit!
Like, I didn't really think about it like that, but like that nickname kind of hard.
They was calling Yao Ming the Great Wall. Oh,
Yeah, the Great Wow. No, that's crazy to think about.
even Jesus Shuttlesworth. Let's go.
Iconic.
Tell them boys they don't got a movie, Ray. Like, no, you can't talk to me. You ain't got no movie. Only guys that can talk to me is Bron and MJ. I don't got no movies. And I guess Juan what was
Oh yeah, Juancho Hernan Gomez.
yeah, Wancho.
Bo Cruz.
Mo Cruz, yeah.
Shout out to Kerwin. What was Anthony Edwards? It was like Kerwin Wilt or something like that.
I thought this was Kermit or something. He was a jackass.
Yeah, it was like Kermit something. he was reckless.
Man, shouts out to Kenny Smith in the movie as well. Let's get it.
Yeah.
And I guess Shaq too. Shaq's got a couple movies, although some of them are bad. But that's neither here nor there. He's got movies. So
Yeah. Shaq's in
although Kazam is a terrible ass movie.
I feel like Shaq did a lot of goofy stuff. I just don't feel like you would have count. Even the Papa John's commercials he does now, like you can't take them seriously.
He did a movie where he was Steel, the superhero I want to say from DC. Really bad. It was worse than Kazam.
He was Steel?
Yeah. You wouldn't even heard of it. Exactly.
Yeah, I was say, like, I feel like that goes straight to DVD.
Shit was crazy. But he was there. He was in it.
Yeah.
But yeah, shouts out to NBA nicknames. It's got some really good ones here. Really.
Yeah, but historically and modernly, I feel like they're starting to come back to fruition. Like I feel like some of the nicknames now are starting to get back to that atmosphere.
We got
He's up.
Luka Magic. So we got Magic, Greek Freak, Spider. That's a good one. Shoot. We said PD. Oh, it's really. I'm trying to think about like the Joker. That's a good one. Yeah.
I feel like most things are like shortenings though. Like I know Jimmy Butler is like Jimmy B or something like that. I don't. It's not as creative as it should be.
That's Jimmy Buckets.
Hey, Jimmy Buckets. That's yeah.
Dame Time. Yeah, I feel like nowadays a lot of them are just like nicknames or like nicknames off of their name, like a shortened version, or like incorporation like a first initial. Uncle Drew.
Oh yeah, Uncle Drew. Oh, he had a movie. Yep, he had a movie.
He did. You're absolutely right. The
Was
Splash
it good,
Bros.
though?
I didn't see it, but I mean, it had comedians in it. It was probably like stupid funny, which is still fine.
Probably, yeah.
Chef Curry.
Yeah, Chef Curry.
Does DeMar DeRozan have a nickname?
Oh, I feel like he does, but I don't know what it is.
Time to hit him. Ask him. It says Debo, but I am unfamiliar with it. That must be a Toronto thing.
Yeah. Yeah, that or a Cali thing.
I've never heard anybody. Yeah, or that too.
Yeah. I feel like now they're like most things are like Dwight Howard's. Like it's like D12 or something. Like they just take numbers and names.
Exactly.
He started a petition to bring back the creative nicknames. Like we need to just start giving players crazy nicknames again.
I'll think about somebody.
Like if Tyrese Halliburton had a nickname and it was just for the halibut or something. Like like he just give he just like he's giving you buckets for the halibut. Like like it's just in his nature to do it.
We, damn, that was quick. I'm not that quick. I can't think. I'm looking at like teams and thinking about players. I can't think of another one. But I got nothing. But that was fire though. I'm not gonna.
Nah. I got that one. I got for the reason I was stewing on that one, and I was really trying to figure out like it was either that or like somebody from the Rockets. I don't know how I was gonna. It had to be something though.
Oh, I forgot about my original nickname for a player, the Coos Train.
Oh, valid. That should have caught on by now though as well. I feel like that should have like jumped mainstream.
Yeah, or even this one. I mean, this one rhymes, but he didn't play. He's still a very like young player. But like Johnny Juzang, because the Juzang train, because that one even rhymes.
Hey, I definitely got time to like. Oh, actually, I feel like they'll definitely hop on that already. Like Juzang starts picking up steam. Juzang train
Man,
left this state. Like I feel like it writes itself.
they call Austin Reeves Hillbilly Kobe.
I never understood how they got to that consensus. Like how y'all just see him in the locker room and just think, yeah, hillbilly Kobe.
Oh no, but he a hooper though.
Yeah,
He makes the right play a lot of the time.
that's why I throws off the
I wish
hillbilly
he would shoot
thing.
more.
It's like I guess because he went to Oklahoma for college, but I mean,
Yeah, my only thing with him is I wish he would shoot the ball more. To be honest, but that's okay.
yeah,
It's great one.
yeah. I think about it. Yeah, I don't know if like I might actually do this, but yeah, at some point, like if I post on the Twitter for the podcast, hey, if anybody got some fire nickname ideas, like I want to see them. Like at this point, like now it's intriguing, like just to see like what else people could do. I feel like there's some that like just are like they're known in fan bases, but they're not known to media.
The brow, forgot about that one.
Oh yeah, for AD, yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, DeMarcus Cousins was Boogie.
that's true. He was Boogie Cousins, the Brody.
Ah yeah, Westbrook.
Yeah,
Did
he's
John
got
Wall have one?
some. I don't think so. I feel like everybody just called him. I feel like everybody literally just called him John Wall.
He's like I feel like it was either J Wall or J2 or something like that, like something off his number or something.
Okay, so like I see this, and I've never heard anybody call him this, but this is not a bad name. This is not a bad name. It says Dime.
Yeah, I'm about to say Optimus Dime and Tupac. I have never heard the second one.
I don't even get the Tupac name reference. I don't. Where does it come from? Why is it?
Wait, is it like a play off the jersey?
I'm not really sure. I don't get it.
Yeah. And it's like Optimus Dime. I ain't gonna lie, that needs to get said more often because I feel like they've been hiding that one. But yeah, I should not that about. We know nicknames all day, but
Facts.
yeah. So I guess that wraps it up for this week's episode. Um, as always, you can find the podcast on social media at Going for Three Pod on Instagram and Twitter. Follow to be up to date on when the episodes come out and just whatever other random stuff comes out. As always, you can follow me on Twitter at PTP_99. And where could these fine people find you at?
You can find me on Instagram at Twitter at Chris D Collins.
Yeah. Hope you guys have a good rest of your week, and we will see you all on the next one.